Hey guys, it's Kylan, and if you're wondering why I am in the same outfit as you might have seen me in my last video, if you didn't, I'll go ahead and link it down below. I am filming this video on the same day, and today is going to be a little bit of a different video. I kind of don't want to constrain myself to just beauty or just fashion or just makeup and all that kind of stuff. I really want to kind of push my limits and kind of try something different. So that's what I'm doing right now, and I'm going to be telling you guys some embarrassing stories. And I'm kind of nervous about it, but whatever. So my most recent embarrassing story is pretty funny. So I toured a college, and I was wearing a kind of romper, just a romper, and it was very low cut in the cleavage, but it had a button, so it buttoned probably about right here, and it was kind of just a flimsy button, and when I was trying it on, before I ever wore it out, I noticed that it was really flimsy, and I kind of just didn't think anything of it. I was just like, whatever, I'm not going to do any like hard activity in this, so it's fine. But when I had a driver, because it was my whole family, and then we had a driver, and I was getting out of the car, and it has the seats like pushed forward, and so when I was getting out, I noticed like something got caught, and I was like boom, and it had a popping noise, and the driver was literally at the door, and I was in the doorway, and it pulled open, and I was like kind of slow about it, and I was like, I don't know what just happened, like, and I looked down, and probably my entire bra was showing, like from here, this whole area was just flapped down, and I was like, I just literally didn't say anything. I like buttoned it back as soon as I got out of the car, and I just walked away like just so fast, and I was like, I'm sorry that I flashed you, Sergio or whatever, I don't know. He was Serbian, and he was really nice, and he didn't make any comment about it. He actually didn't make one single noise, which kind of made it more embarrassing, like if he was like, huh, like, but he just didn't say anything, so that was embarrassing. I have a lot of clothing mishaps. So my second story is, I was at school, and I wear uniforms to school. I think I've mentioned that in a past video, and I was wearing a navy skirt, I think it was, and I didn't wear shorts under my skirt back then. I don't know why. People probably saw my skirts like 10 times a day, but I was just like, whatever. And I had never worn them in elementary school. It just wasn't something that my mom ever like told me to do or anything like that, so I just never did. And up till this point in high school, I had never worn shorts, and beyond that I always do. But back then I didn't have any shorts on under it, and I got out of the restroom, and I didn't notice anything feeling different, but there was one other girl in the bathroom, just one, and she was staring at me, and I was just like, she looks kind of rude. So like she was looking at me kind of like, I don't know, like I thought she was being rude, so I was like, and I just started washing my hands, and I guess she thought that was rude, so she was like, I'm not gonna warn her or whatever, so she just ignored it. And by it, I mean the fact that my skirt was tucked into my underwear almost completely. And I think this has happened to a lot of people. I've heard a lot of people, like, horror stories about it, but I basically was just like, okay, and I walked out of the restroom, and before I left the restroom, I felt it and was like, oh, I guess that I have my skirt tucked in, and that girl just saw my underwear. So I like pulled it out, and it was kind of just I guess it was still halfway stuck in, so I walked by a group of people, and they were talking. I still to this day don't know if they noticed, but I walked a little bit further, and there was no one else around, and I like felt, and I was like, oh god, I still had some tucked in, and there was people, boys specifically, and so I like untucked everything, and it was really embarrassing. So that was my second clothing mishap story. My last embarrassing story for this little series is pretty funny actually, but I can't get through probably like a month. I I probably can't get through a week without having a really embarrassing thing happen, but if you guys want like another episode of this, then let me know. But for this last story, I was in Peru with my school. I went my school usually takes people out of the country just during summer, but this was during Christmas break. I had my bag, and we had to pack everything in a backpack, so we didn't have suitcases, and my backpack had like these little things that you zip and unzip with the straps inside so that they don't get caught on anything, and it was zipped up, and I was just like, I really don't feel like carrying that, like putting this on my back and then unzipping it again. So I just picked it up by the side handle and was walking with it, and we were in a hurry for some reason, and I was walking really fast, and my shoes, there's a lot of details to this story. My shoes had hooks because they were hiking boots. So if you've seen hiking boots, they have these hooks on the side that you like hook the laces through and then you tie them, and I didn't have the laces tied to the hooks. Regardless, it probably would have still happened. So when I was walking, the hook of my right leg hooked onto my left shoe, the loop of the shoelace, and I got like literally my feet tied together, and I just went down. Like there was nothing, there's no saving myself. Like I was just like boom, and I just fell, and it was so fast that like I just didn't know what to do with myself. And when I got on my butt, I just kind of slid around a little bit because of the momentum of the fall, and it was the worst. That's the worst I've ever fallen in my entire life. Like it was so bad, and I like stopped, and I heard my two really close friends on the trip literally dying, and I was kind of mad at them at the time because I was like, are you literally laughing at me? This is so embarrassing. And I just jumped right up, and this is a span of like 5 seconds, maybe 10. I jumped right up and I just kept walking, and the people in the airport were just like, and I guess Peruvians like aren't rude because I didn't hear anyone laugh, but they probably laughed, and they're like, that's like literally such a stupid American. But it just looked, my friends say it looked like I was just there 1 second and I wasn't the next. So yeah, that's my embarrassing falling story. And if you guys want to hear more embarrassing stories, like this video and comment down below, and I will see you guys next week. Bye!